Now, you told me that you have already studied me. So now we are going to study central tendency, which is the topic of your unit 1. Central tendency. How many kind of central tendency are there? How many of central tendency are there? Anyone? 3. Okay, name them. There are 3. Like, very good. Mean, median, and mode. Something else? Mean, median, mode. Because we are talking about the center. There are also quartiles, percentiles, but they are not lying in the central tendency. They are far from central tendency. Okay. So mean you have already done. Now further mean can be evaluated for the kind of data. These data is further classified into 3 categories. Or we can say first, you said that you have done for the raw data, right? Raw data. Raw data or individual data. They both are same. Can you give me an example of raw data? Raw data or individual data? Can you give me example of raw data? Yeah, individual data? Real life example. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, 20, 30. हाँ ठीक है. कोई real life example? Real life example means, say suppose I want to find the total height of total age of students in your class. Roll numbers, students name, wages, like weekdays, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Very good, very good, very good. So all these are included in the raw data. These are from the real life applications. Now further, another kind of a data can be represented as, you have any other idea? This is one kind of data. Okay. Discrete data. Discrete data is also known as, very good, discrete data. Discrete data is also known as, you have any idea, Vaibhav? It is also known as group data. Group data. Okay. Why? Because when you are dealing with the individual data, you have only X. That is the class, or we call it as a variable or value. Variable or value. When we are dealing with discrete or the group data, we have the repetition. We are dealing with the repetition. Dealing with repetition means, you know what is a repetition? Mathematically, when you are dealing with discrete data, the repetition means what? It is represented as the frequency. क्वेश्चन कर रहे हैं ना आपने मीन के, डिस्क्रीट के, तो x तो क्या है? x वेरिएबल है, तो फ्रीक्वेंसी क्या है? फ्रीक्वेंसी इज द रेपिटेशन ऑफ दैट डेटा. अगर हमारा 5 10 बार आ रहा है तो 5 इज योर x, रेपिटेशन कितनी बार हो रही है? 10 बार, तो फ्रीक्वेंसी इज 10. ग्रुप डेटा में वी डील विद x एंड f, 2 वेरिएबल्स. This is your variable, this is your frequency. Another kind of data. There is one more kind of data. After individual data, you have discrete data and one more data. Very good. Continuous data. Very good. Bhargav. Continuous data. Now, continuous data means what? Yes, Aviraj. Can you tell me what is continuous data? Now, continuous data deals with class size. It deals with class size, or we also say class interval. Class interval. Yes, yes, Weber, right. Class interval 10 to 20, 20 to 30, 30 to 40, and so on. But But the main property of main characteristic of continuous data would be it should have equal number of intervals. Their interval between the data should be defined in such way that it is same throughout the data. You cannot have 10 to 20, then 50 to 80 or 90 to 100. Because if we are taking, say, suppose 10 to 20, then I'm starting with 40 to 55. Then again I start with 75 to 90. You see, is there any synchronicity in this or any similarity in this kind of data? Can you say there is a continuity in this data? 9. Because you see first class size, this one, there is a difference of 10. But here it is a difference of 15. Again, it's a difference of 15. 25. And then difference of 10. It's not a continuous data, right? So continuous data, it should be defined in such a way that it's difference between the minimum value, this is the minimum and this is the maximum. You have to arrange your data for a continuous form in such a way that the class interval should be equal throughout your data. Fine. Then say suppose it is arranged at 10 to 20, 20 to 40, 40 to 50, 50 to 60 and so on, 90 to 100. Fine. Now we see we have a difference of 80 to 100. It's a difference of 20 throughout. Then we say it is a continuous data. Got it? Clear till now? Say yes or no. It's clear till now? Fine. Okay. Okay. I'm moving further. Now you already know there are three kinds of data: individual data, discrete data, and continuous data. So you have done mean for the individual data. Now give me the formula for the individual data ka mean. If you are evaluating mean for individual data, your formula is, it is summation of x over n. Means add all numbers. This is add all numbers divided by total number. Implies what? Say suppose we have 10, 20. We take it as a simple example. And you need to evaluate the mean. Then it would be 10 plus 20, 30 plus so on till 50 divided by number of items. Kitni hai? 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Divide kar doge, whatever you get, that is your mean. This is the simple data for this is the individual or raw data and you need to evaluate the mean. What you do? We simply add the values of x. This is your capital X divided by the number of items. This will give you your mean, arithmetic mean. Fine. Another is discrete data. If you have discrete data, say suppose we have x and we have y or the frequency. For example, we take it 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35 and 40. And frequency given to you is as 5, 10, 16, 20, 14, 8 and 4. And now you need to evaluate the mean. Can you do this? Can you do this? Now the formula for the mean would be, it will be sigma fx over sigma f. This is your direct method. Means what? What you have to do? Sigma fx means what? This is your frequency, this is your x. We need to multiply these numbers. 10 into 5, 15 into 10, 20 into 16, 25 into 20, and so on. You will get these values. So on. Then add these values. Whatever you are getting, this will be your sigma fx. And from here, we will get the value of sigma f. How? You just need to add these values. Add these values, you get the value of sigma f. And then multiply x with f, you will get these values. Add these values, we get sigma fx. Evaluate, you get the answer. This is the direct method. Another method you have done is shortcut method. You told me, Abhi, you have already done shortcut method. So can you give me the formula for this? Anyone? How will you evaluate? Very good. Assumed mean plus sigma f over sigma f or capital N. Fine. Everyone. Sigma fx. Yeah, this is one way. And another way is assuming sigma fd over sigma f. Both are correct. You can also do like this. You can also do like this. Now what? Here, small d represents the deviation. Kiska deviation? Deviation of each number from its assumed mean. Say suppose, now we are doing using assumed mean. So assumed mean would be here. We need to find the deviation, that is x minus assumed mean. You have these values. What would be your preferable assumed mean? Which number you are going to choose here? Let me know. Type in the chat box. 20. Okay. 25. Okay. Why? If I choose 35, would it be wrong? Exactly, Gagandeep, right? Why? Can be both positive, negative then? Yes. Doesn't matter. It can be both. Why? I asked, can I choose 35? But 20 is best. Why 20 is best? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Why 20 is best? And how come 20 is best, Bishal? It's from 10. Yes. That's why I asked, how come 20 is best? Because it is in middle. So, how it is better? What is the significance of its being in middle? How it's going to be a better one? How you think it's a better one? For even n by 2 plus 1. Okay, that is why I'm asking why you think it's a better one. If you are considering 25 or 20 as a number, why we are choosing this number? Would it be easy? No. Of course it would be easy, but we can do in both the ways. Because the deviation would be summed to 0. Exactly. Very good, Ankit. Because, see, in simple words, if I say we are finding the average. Average का मतलब क्या है? कि हमारे पास, are you comfortable with it? Okay. What I'm telling is, हम लोग कर क्या रहे हैं? We are doing the central tendency. Okay. Central tendency means what? हमारी कोशिश है कि whatever information or data we have, we are finding कि major of the data या majority of data is lying where? Central में. Okay. Central tendency means कि जहां से हमें अपना major या maximum information हम derive कर सकते हैं. That is evaluated using the central tendency. अभी हम लोग क्या निकाल रहे हैं? Mean means average. That value जिसको हम choose करें such a way that the left hand side of data and the right hand side of data should be equal. we can derive both the right hand side and the left hand side data all together, and it's equal from both the side. Then that is the value which is evaluated using the mean. The mean would give you the value which will lie exactly between your lowermost value or the uppermost value. That is it will lie between the minimum and the maximum value of your total data. Understand? So that is why whenever we are finding or taking our assumed mean, we choose the best one as the middle term. You see, it's starting from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. We have odd number of terms. So middle term would be this fourth one. That is your 25. So that is why we are considering our capital A or assumed mean as 25. Even if you take 20 or even if I take 35, you will get the same answer. Maybe a little bit of error would be there. We can still have our mean, but the better mean would be, or we will be able to get our maximum solution without error. That would be from the middle term. Okay, that is why we choose middle term. Now you will evaluate the deviation, that is from x minus 25. Your x is 10. 10 minus 25. And then next would be 15 minus 25. Then 20 minus 25. Then 25 minus 25. 30 minus 25. 35 minus 25 and 40 minus 25. You will get your deviation. Now, after deviation, what we need is we evaluate f into t. Our frequency is this. Our deviation is this. This is minus 15, minus 10, minus 5, 0, 5, 10 and 15. Whenever, usually can we choose assume means such as that assume doesn't lie even in the table? Not lying even in the table. It should lie between the minimum and maximum value. You cannot take above 10 or below 10 or above 40. It should lie between 10 to 40. We can also choose as 21.3. It is lying in the data. Okay, Rohit? Got it? We cannot go beyond the minimum and maximum value. We can consider the innermost value between your minimum and maximum value. Okay, so here our middlemost value is 25. You can also consider it as 25.9 or we can also take 24.9. It's your particular choice. Understand? But just to make our calculation easy, we choose from the given data. And that also the innermost or the centralmost value. Understand? Is there any doubt? After evaluating FD, now F is this, D is this, you will get these values. Substitute. Can you summarize again? Summarize what? Summarize what? My network is weak. I told Rohit, your minimum value is 10. Your maximum value is 40. And we need to find the central value. Okay? And you are supposed to find the assumed mean or to choose the assumed mean. Fine. So you have to take that value which is lying from the minimum and the maximum value. So according to given data, we see that 25 is the central value. We can also consider 24.7 as our assumed mean. We can take our capital A as 24.7. We can also take 25.3 or 25.3. You can take any value between these, and in the central value, that is your 25. Any value near about these. Okay. So This is your assumed mean. You will get the FT, evaluate these values, and you will get your mean. This is your shortcut method. I guess you have already done till yet. There is any doubt in this? Now, this was your group data. Now, we are dealing with the continuous data. Say suppose you have data given as we are evaluating the number of workers they are number of workers and their wages per week are provided to you. We need to find the average wage. Okay. Say suppose it is mentioned as 100, 150. This is your capital X. 150 to 200. 200 to 250. 250 to 300. 300 to 350. 350 to 400. And 400 to 450. 450 to 500. And given frequency is 24, 40, 33, 28, 30, 22, 16, and 7. Now, can you evaluate the mean of this data? Can you evaluate the mean for this data? 100 to 150, 150 to 200, 200 to 50, then 250 to 300, 300 to 350, and so on. Frequency is provided to you. Which method you will use here? Anyone? Which method you are going to use here? Step deviation. Ankit, we cannot use shortcut here. Can we use shortcut here? Yes. Why you are choosing then step deviation? Why are you choosing step deviation? Okay. करके देखते हैं, then you will understand why we are using step deviation. Now, since it's a continuous data, continuous because इसकी upper limit is equals to the lower limit of the succeeding number. It is his choice. हाँ, choice, but दोनों से आंसर सेम आ रहा है. हमें स्टेप डिविजन यूज करने का प्रॉफिट क्या है? इजी कैलकुलेशन. बेस. यस विशाल. और टाइम सेविंग है एंड एरर कम हो जाएगा. ओके. कैसे? जब भी we are dealing with the continuous data, you need to check one thing very first of all, that you need to check the class sizes and the class intervals. You see the interval between the lower and upper limit, it should be equal throughout your data. It is 100 to 150 means the difference is of 50 and same is lying everywhere. If the interval is not the same in the data, it would not be a continuous data. Then we need to make it equal. First thing. Second thing, you need to check its lower limit should be equals to the upper limit of the succeeding number. Understood? This way. So they are coming out to be equal, 100 to 150, they all are equal. It's a continuous data. Hence, we can use our any method, that is shortcut or step deviation. Now, since this is capital X, this is F, what you need to do is, we need to find the mid value. This was capital X, let it be small x. Mid value. Why we are evaluating mid value? Because we are changing our continuous data into a discrete data. We are converting our continuous data into a discrete data. Okay. That is why we are evaluating the mid value. Now the mid value would be, can you give me the mid value of this? Can you give me the mid value? Type in the table in your message. Here difference is of, how you evaluate the mid value? You have two choices, 100 plus 150. 150 है सपोज, तो हमारे पास कितना आ गया, डिवाइड बाय 2 कर देंगे तो 250 बाय 2, तो 2 2 1, 2 2 4 5। और दूसरा मेथड क्या है, ये एक तरीका है। सेकंड मेथड इज, डिफरेंस कितने का है 100 एंड 150 में, 50 का। 50 का हाफ कितना हुआ, इट्स 25। तो हम क्या करेंगे, 25 को ऐड करते जाओ लोअर लिमिट में। तो लोअर लिमिट में ऐड कर दिया 100 प्लस 25, इट्स 125। 150 प्लस 25, 175। 200 प्लस 25, 225, 275। Then 325, 375, 425 and 475. Got it? तो ये दो मेथड है, दोनों में से आप कुछ भी कर सकते हो, या तो लोअर और अपर लिमिट को ऐड करो, डिवाइड बाय 2 कर दो, या फिर अपने क्लास साइज को देखो कितना क्लास साइज है, उसका हाफ कर दो और उसको हम सिर्फ लोअर लिमिट में ऐड करते हैं। ओके, सिर्फ लोअर लिमिट में ऐड करते जाओ, यू विल हैव दिस। अब क्या नजर आ रहा है डाटा में, 125 फिर 175, कितना डिफरेंस है, एग्जैक्टली 50 का है। फिर 175 225, कितना डिफरेंस है, 50 का। अपर लिमिट से सब्ट्रैक्ट, अरे रोहित, अच्छा हाँ हम उससे भी कर सकते हैं। हाँ यू सी, लोअर लिमिट में हम ऐड करते हैं, ओके, और अपर लिमिट में हम सब्ट्रैक्ट करते हैं। यू कैन हैव बोथ वेज, लोअर लिमिट में you add and upper limit में we subtract. You can do both ways. तो it's just calculation, arithmetic. जब आप करना शुरू करते हो ना, आपको खुद ही आइडियाज आते जाते हैं। So just play with the numbers. You will find it interesting. You can explore many other ways. All right, now we have converted our continuous data into our discrete data. F is this, X is this. Now you can use both, either shortcut method or step deviation method. Fine. Now, मान लो हम लोग करते हैं अभी shortcut method. So you need to evaluate deviation. Deviation means what? X minus assume mean. अभी assume mean you have chosen as which number you will take as an assume mean? Tell me. Type in the message. Number you are considering as a assume mean? 275. Why? Why? Yes, you can take 275. Why you are choosing? It's an even number. You see 125, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We have even number of elements here, or even number of items here. So we have option. We can take 275 also. We can take 325 also. Both are going to give you same number, same answer. It's even, therefore n by 2 plus 1. Yes, this is also one way. You can evaluate this way. If it's even, we do n by this. If it's odd, we do n plus 1 by 2. Both are same. So now we are evaluating the deviations. When we get the deviations, say suppose you are choosing 275. Say suppose I consider it 325. मान लो हम 325 ले लेते हैं. Okay. So I'm taking as 325. So now find the deviations. 125 minus 325. That would be minus 200. 175 minus 325. That would be minus 150. 225 minus 325. minus 100. 275 minus this, minus 50. Minus itself 0. 375 minus 325, 50. 425 minus this, 100. And then 150. Got it? Now you have got the deviation. You can use shortcut method. Means you just need to evaluate f into d. Then you will get your summation fd. Then assumed mean plus summation fd over summation f. You will get this. But we prefer what? Step deviation. Why? Any idea why we are considering step deviation? You said earlier that it would be easy, right? Calculation will be reduced. Time will be saved. Why? Exactly, Vishal, because it is clearly visible. You see your data. It's a multiple. किसका multiple है ये? 5, 5, 10. ठीक है? तो highest most number is हम 5 से भी डिवाइड कर सकते हैं, हम इसको 10 से भी कर सकते हैं, और the biggest number is 50. 50 would be much easier if I divide with 50. Means you divide your deviation with 50. 5 से भी हो सकता था, 10 से भी हो सकता था, लेकिन अगर हम 50 से कर देते, it would be much easier, right? So now divide with 50. What you will get? Minus 4. Then next would be 3. Then minus 2. Then minus 1. 0, 1, 2 and 3. You see, calculation is reduced. If you are going to multiply 24 into minus 200, what you are getting is minus 4800. है ना? Now what you will get is minus 48. 4, 4, 16. This is 4 and 4. 4 to 8, 56. Minus 56. See, your calculation is reduced. Now minus 3, 4, 12. And so on, minus 66. Minus 28. And so on. You evaluate all the values here. That is why we are considering step deviation. It reduces our calculation and the tediousness reduce so very far. Now, step deviation you can do yourself. Can you complete this question? Can you give me the answer? Hello, students? Can you give me the answer of this mean? Fine. Just take 2 minutes and give me the mean. Evaluate. Jaldi karo. Find the mean. This is not the answer. Okay, evaluate. Find your answer is 266. There must be some calculation mistake. Check again. Value of your mean is 266.25. Okay, Kunal and Shruti. The value of the mean is 266.25. You must have done some mistake. There must be some calculation mistake. Alright, class is over so far. Early. It's already 2:30. Could you please use physical board? Marker, please. Vishal, you got 26625? Exactly? 266.25. Okay? Yes. Alright, Kunal, it's correct now? So this is the answer. Okay?